Fam, what's up? My name is Alton Life.
Man, it must be Christ. Man, it must be Christ that's got me living it. I know that he wants my all, so I'm giving it. Seeking his face, praying for grace, running this race. Only his love has me in first place. Tell him why. It must be Christ, y'all. It must be Christ. It must be Christ, y'all. It must be Christ. It must be Christ, y'all. It must be Christ. It must be Christ. Hey, man, it must be Christ.
See, that was what you call a drug baby. My mama drugged me to church every Wednesday, every Sunday, sunrise services, you name it. But like most teens and young adults, as I got older, I started to find myself straying away from the church. To the next thing I know, my life was in a tailspin. I was even in a secular rap group at the time, and we were finally starting to make moves, finally starting to make a little money and getting our music out there. And then one day, my daughter came home from school and said, "Dad, the kids at school love your CD." And at first I was like, oh yeah, that's good. But then I started to think about it. If they really like my CD, then I just taught a 5th grader how to sell dope. We had a song on our album that taught everything about selling dope, from cooking it up, selling it, the whole 9. And that was just tearing me apart. And that's when I began to feel this tug, and I didn't really know what that tug was. So the next thing I know, I found myself ripping up CDs and throwing them in the trash, CDs that we had paid for, posters, tearing down our MySpace page, alienating myself away from my group, not really knowing what was going on. Then the next thing I know, I found myself walking into a church on a Sunday morning, and it was several people at the church, but the pastor, it seemed like he was just talking straight to me. The rest of the world was just tuned out, and everything he was saying was all about my life. And at that point, I rededicated my life to God, and I became unshakable.
No, it's not.